So yesterday I got a ton of stuff done, and they were really great seeds that I wanted to plant, new behaviors that I wanted to grow, and new pathways that I wanted to follow. But there were things that kind of scare me or leaves me intimidated. Even like making this video for a second time, kind of feeling as though no one's really gonna watch this makes me a bit afraid in a sense, but I don't even know what I'm really afraid of. And in reality, I'm not actually afraid of anything. Let me rephrase that. I'm not afraid of this moment being captured. I'm not afraid of any specific backlash. I think the one thing I'm truly afraid of, and I think most people are afraid of because it guides all of their decision making, would be rejection. It's the fear of being rejected. And it's not just like, oh, you're not accepted, but it's more so that if I was to go a little bit deeper with myself, my fear of rejection would kind of stem from affirming the way I felt as a child. Because as a child, I felt very unwanted by my peers, not necessarily by my parents, but as a child into a teenager, you kind of look externally for validation. You're looking to connect with people, and you're looking to almost build your identity based on how people view you. And when you don't have enough self-esteem, when you don't have enough internal building blocks to really protect who you're supposed to be, situations like you don't even know who you really are anymore occur because you've been seeking your identity outside of yourself. So for me, experiencing rejection as a child and really not seeing my peers want me in the way that I wanted to be desired, the fear of rejection kind of comes from putting myself out there and seeing that they were right. Nobody wants me. Nobody sees me as valuable, and nobody, if I truly put myself out there, I won't even get a reaction. What would really happen is they would see what I'm doing and just be unimpressed. And that fear of rejection, it will permeate in almost everything that you do, in every relationship that you try to build, in every conversation that you have. It'll even influence your sentence structure. If you ever say something like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, what you're doing is you're preparing your sentence to soften the blow of a possible rejection. If you're saying something like, well, maybe I think you should, you already have a solid opinion and you're trying to figure out how to make it land without it being pushed back. That's still another aspect of rejection. Fear of rejection will permeate even into like your level and your ability to experience joy. Only people that really put themselves out there, whether in a relationship, whether in a business venture, whether in a career, whether in anything, like they have to really put themselves fully out there. And that's terrifying because you can get hurt, you can lose yourself, you can end up being like a laughing stock. But on the other end of that, the ability to experience life is dramatically increased. The ability to experience adventures is dramatically increased. Because in reality, like most people, when they reject something, they don't reject something that's authentic. They reject the idea of something. They're like, something about this I don't really fuck with. It feels like this person is trying to play a role or be something or create some type of facade. And that's why being authentic is so important in every aspect of your life. If you have an opinion, if you have a thought, you need to say it, you need to share it exactly as you think it. And people will respect you more. And if you share something that you feel like, I don't know how people are gonna take this, or you know what, I don't even like the quality of this. Like, as I'm making this video, I feel like I'm rambling, I feel like I'm going all over the place, I'm sweating. I'm literally thinking of all the reasons why somebody would watch this video and just end it. But the thing is, I've reached a point, and I want anyone who watches my videos to reach a point where these mental games that you'll play with yourself don't fucking matter. Because it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter if somebody does reject you. It doesn't matter if somebody looks at what you're doing and doesn't like it. What matters is you like it. What matters is you want to do it. What matters is that's your thought. That's your way of living. That's your will. That's your authentic self. So even at the possibility of rejection, be that. Put yourself out there and be rejected, if so be it. But the thing that rejects you is probably the thing that you don't even really want. That's the interesting part. When you are being yourself completely and authentically, and you're putting yourself out there, the things that reject you are not the things that you truly would have wanted. The things that you truly want will come to you as long as you're being completely authentic. Because when you create a role, when you create a character that's not really you, and it's not even someone that you want to be, you just feel like this is how I need to be in order for me to get these kind of results. If you do that, you're going to end up in a situation where you're constantly performing. Constantly performing. You're going to be performing in your relationship. You're going to be performing in your career. You're going to be performing in everybody else's face until you're alone. And in those moments of being alone, you won't truly know who you are. And in those moments of performing, your ability to keep that up is finite. You're going to snap. The mask is going to split open. You're going to break. It's not going to last. It's not going to last. So rejection is just, it's a vetting process. It's a vetting process. You being rejected by the people you think you want to be a part of, or you want to be embraced by, that's perfect. Because they've gotten rid of anything unnecessary that you were going to have to deal with if your dreams were to come true. There's nothing worse than seeing people whose dreams come true, everything they worked for, everything they worked hard at. They get to that destination and they're like, I don't even know what I worked so hard for. Craziest thing is, the best thing that could have happened to them would have been rejection. Because the most important thing to do after you've been rejected is to go where you're wanted. Go where you're appreciated. And what's more important than that is to appreciate yourself. Fuck with yourself. Tear down any idols. That's probably going to be my focal point for the next video, focusing on that. But tear down any idols. Tear down any man you put above yourself. Because what you're looking at, for the most part, anybody you admire, is an external finished result of things that you wish you had. You don't know what these people had to do to get to where they wanted to go. And I feel like in a lot of situations, you wouldn't want to go through that either. I mean, like, you would think, like, I want to become this great man, but do you even know the cost of that? The pain? The pain that comes with greatness? Pain and greatness are not separate. They're like this. They're like this. You can study any truly great man in history. And they went through so much fucking pain, so much tragedy. But I think I'm getting a little bit besides the point. The whole point is, if I was to just try to crystallize this whole thought, even though I feel like I'm ruining this video, I still want to just keep going. Because it's not really about making the video for me right now. It's about doing the action regardless of how I feel. It's about being consistent. It's about keeping my word. And it's about being, not trying to be, the man that I see myself to be. And I would want to maybe impart that little gem to whoever watches this. Focus, if you get to this part, focus on being, not trying to be. And the only way for you to do something like that is to not so much focus on the thought process behind things and just simply focus on the process of doing things. But the main point being is every time I post a video and every time I post a beat, I'm getting one step closer to redefining my relationship with rejection. Because I don't know if anyone is going to watch this. I don't know if anyone's going to listen to the next beat that I post. It used to really fuck with me a lot when I would post. I think I posted at least like maybe 60, 70 beats. Barely really see any listeners. I dropped the album, barely saw any listeners. And I can say, you know what? That's my fault. I didn't do enough to promote it. But regardless of the reason, it's just like, damn, here I am putting myself out there, and it's like I'm not even being rejected. I'm not even being noticed, which almost kind of hurts more. But so what? So what? It's just like I didn't even do the things needed to highlight the audience that I wanted to engage with my work, because I'm so focused on how I'm being perceived that I'm not focusing on, I don't care how you see me, listen to this. This is amazing. This shit is fire. Y'all need to hear this. I'm so focused on like, damn, how do I present myself in this way so that way my project can be received in this way, and that way it can always be associated to this, and that's going to help me with branding. And it's just like, these are all very, very valid thoughts. But all of these thoughts is my mind essentially trying to protect me from being rejected. Don't protect yourself from rejection. Put yourself through that process. It's a vetting process, both for the world and for you. Because when you put yourself out there, your tribe, your group, your audience will find you. You just have to keep doing that. And the people that won't mesh with you just won't want you. They're doing you a favor. They're helping you identify, you know what I'm doing is not for them. What I'm doing is for me and people like me. And when you start focusing on that aspect of me and people like me, then you start tribe building or tribe searching. They'll either naturally come to you or you just make something on your own. And that's honestly the greatest thing anybody could do. The greatest thing anybody could do is to build their own values, build their own belief systems, build their own audience. Like, just do it yourself, bro. Do all of this shit yourself. Fuck what anybody else got going on. Fuck what they accomplished in the past. Fuck their upcoming project. Fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Focus on what you got going on. Build your stuff up. Because I promise you, it's just as good as that, as whatever they got going on. It's just as good. And if it's not just as good today, it's going to be just as good tomorrow. As long as you actually keep showing up and being consistent. One day, these videos are going to get a lot better. And you know what? When that happens, I'm going to say, watch my first 3-4 videos of this series. Tell me how you think I'm talking. Tell me how do you think the room is situated. Tell me how do you think I'm engaging. And all this other extra stuff. But I'm doing this for me. And I hope in the process of doing this for me that this helps you, whoever you are. And I think I want to end all my videos like this because it's super important for at least me to hear, to say to myself. So to myself and to the person watching this video, there's nothing you can't do. You have no obstacles in your way. Nothing can stop you. Nothing at all. There's nothing in your way. Obstacles are optical illusions. You create them, but they don't exist. They're not there. Don't worry about the news. Don't worry about none of that. Worry about becoming the person that can handle anything. And the only way to do that is to go through the process you already know you need to do. Meaning, put yourself out there. Show up every day. Be consistent. Keep your word. Stick to your principles. Be different from everybody else. And the only way for you to be different, truly, truly different from everybody else, is to just do you, however that looks. So, I felt like this went all over the fucking place, but I still meant everything I said. Every fucking word. Stay dangerous.